Manchester City are not joking around. You would think that all they needed to get was 3 points today, but they destroyed Chelsea 3-0. 3-0. Like, they didn't just beat them. They were like, we're going to show you something. We're going to prove a point. And they've done that perfectly well. 3-0. Obviously, I'll talk about Chelsea. I'll talk about Man City. Man City, for them, this was a very important result. Because if they win their game in hand and they beat Arsenal, which is not guaranteed, but if they beat Arsenal and they win their game in hand, they will be level on points with Arsenal. And this league title could be decided on goal difference. We are looking at a very interesting situation because I was 100% sure a month or two ago that this league title was done. But somehow, Arsenal have played into the hands of Man City. They've been able to give Man City hope. And one thing I always tell people is if you give Man City hope towards the end of a title race, you will lose that title race. This title race is going to be decided at the Etihad Stadium next week. If Arsenal lose that game, forget the Premier League title. If Man City win that game, Man City will win the Premier League title. Man City are that kind of team that when they start winning towards the end of the season, forget it. I'm a Liverpool fan. I've experienced it. I know for sure. But I was confident that Arsenal were going to win this league title this season. But now I do not have any assurance that Arsenal can do it anymore. And the problem is, I think Arsenal fans are even starting to doubt as well. This is becoming very, very, very worrying for Arsenal. But Man City, what a team. They are playing good football right now and their tails are up. They are excited. They are really happy. They are playing their kind of football. And honestly speaking, I fear for any team that's going to play against Man City before the end of this season because they will most likely win that game. I'm going to talk about how this Chelsea and Man City game went, and I'm just going to try and, explain everything that I think in terms of everything that I saw today. City, like I said, they made a statement in this game. Like, Arsenal stumbled against Bournemouth, and that for them was all they needed. They smell blood. They smell blood, and they are like sharks. Once you smell blood, that's it. That loss against Bournemouth yesterday was extremely important for Man City. Extremely disappointing for Arsenal because, honestly speaking, when you think about how that happened and the way they even played and the fact that they've lost 3 of their last 4 matches in all competitions, Arsenal must be very, very careful. Extremely careful because even that game that they didn't lose, they won in the 91st minutes. Now, a win is a win. A win is a win, but this team is not in good form. I worry about the mentality. I worry about things like this. When you start to lose games in a row, it can be very hard to get back to winning ways. So, like I said, this was Man City completely destroying Chelsea today. Chelsea collapsed. In the first half, I thought, they're not doing too badly. Like, they were defending really well. All the chances that Man City had, they were able to stop them. But looking at this one, like, they've now lost 5 games in 6. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. So, the problems at Chelsea, I've said it a number of times, these problems are deeper than what's happening on the field. They are much deeper than what's happening on the field. They beat Port Vale. Port Vale are last in the 3rd division. You expect them to beat Port Vale, respectfully. Like, were you expecting anything else? Of course they were going to beat Port Vale. But they've lost other games. PSG twice, Everton, Newcastle. Now they've lost to Man City. These are really, really poor results, in my opinion. And this is a team that was thinking to themselves, like, we're going to do well this season, especially after winning the Conference League, winning the Club World Cup. This is a team that you expect that they would have done better. And honestly, the one man that I think must be looking at Chelsea right now and laughing is Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca knew what he was doing. He was tired. He was fed up. This is a coach that wants to win trophies. And clearly, the board, I don't think they are seeing it the same way Enzo Maresca is seeing things. So the guy knew. He was like, bro, I can't stay here, man. I want success. I want to be able to do well. I want to be able to win trophies. And he said, guys, I'm out. I'm out. Do you know what it takes to leave a club like Chelsea? Do you know what it takes? And then they brought a guy who, no disrespect to him, is just not cut out for this job. His best experience was Strasbourg. Strasbourg coach against Manchester City's Pep Guardiola. Do you know what Pep Guardiola has done? Anyway, Chelsea were really poor in this game. Like, from that second half, it just didn't go well for them. And like I said, experience versus repetition. Like, look at Pep's experience. Pep has been coaching for how many years? Pep is a proper manager. We already know what he has done. Look at what he has done at City. Look at what he did at Barcelona. Look at what he did at Bayern. The guy is a proper coach. And then you bring Liam Rosenior. Like I said, no disrespect to him, but he's no match for Pep Guardiola. And looking at the form that both teams were in, Man City on a winning streak, Chelsea losing streak bar the Port Vale win, which I don't really rate, respectfully. Like, it got them to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It is still an important win, but in terms of form, that doesn't really tell you much. It really doesn't tell you much. So, I mean, when you think about it, Rosenior had no answer to Man City today. He had no answer to Man City, no answer to Pep Guardiola. It's just a shame, Defensively, Chelsea were poor. They defended well, like I said, in the first half, but in the second half, they were really poor. Like, you can't be defending for 90 minutes and thinking Man City will not slip up. And that's a warning to Arsenal. When they go to the Etihad, they have to go and try and win. And I think it's a bit of a risk, because if you go and try and win and you leave your defense open, Man City would capitalize on it. But we'll get to that. But Nico O'Reilly, this player is just on crazy form. 6 goals in his last 9 games, 7 goals in 2026. This is a player that's playing so well. In that 50th minute when he scored the goal, Andrey Santos, really poor marking in my opinion. Like, you need to do better there. But O'Reilly seems to be that player that's just going to get into the 6-yard box. Not even just the 18-yard box. That 6-yard box. He's just going to be around that area and getting headers. And somehow people are not tracking his run, because he's running from a different position, probably from left back or from in the midfield, getting right into the penalty box and getting free headers. So, good play from him. And Ryan Cherky, my goodness, Ryan Cherky is a baller, guys. Ryan Cherky is a proper baller. 2 assists today, but we see the kind of football he's playing. Yes, he didn't start like on fire at the beginning of the season, but he started to settle into Man City, and you can see the kind of football this guy plays. He is so good. He is so good. Look at the assist today, especially that second one. The way he just kept on moving and moving and moving, gave the ball right to Marguehi. Beautiful pass to Guehi, beautiful finish by Guehi as well. I just look at Cherky and I'm like, wow, this guy's a baller. He ran the show today. He was unplayable. And honestly, like, this guy is the future. He's still very young as well. So this is a player that I know is going to continue to do well for years and years and years. This guy is fantastic. This guy is so good. So Cherky ran it up today, man. Cherky was good. He was fantastic. And he was unplayable, like I said. Caicedo, for that third goal, I'm not sure I understand what that was all about. Like, of all the players you expect to make a mistake like that, it's probably not Caicedo. I was talking about how Chelsea they don't have that experience. And I think this is being spoken about by many people. The pundits are saying it. A lot of fans are saying it. The experience is not there. But the one player that looks, like he's assured, and one of the players you really trust and rely on, making that kind of mistake was just really shocking. And Doku made no mistake capitalizing on that error and getting that goal. But we also have to give credit to Donnarumma. Gigi Donnarumma was really good in this game, because the few times where Chelsea did have good chances, he was equal to it. He made some really good saves in this game. Now, I don't think many people are going to talk about him because, there were no mistakes and Man City completely dominated this game. But when you sit down and watch the way Donnarumma played in this game, all the saves he had to make, they were really good. His positional awareness was really good. His saves were really good. His interceptions were really good. I think he had a fantastic day. The only worry, I think, for Man City in this game was Nico O'Reilly. He went off with an injury. I think it was his hamstring. Hopefully for them, it's not too much of a bad injury. I think the way he went off, I think he looked a bit precautionary. He must have felt something. So that's something to watch and see. But, if he's out for the running, I think Man City will sorely miss him. But they have Andrey, who is also a really, really fast player. Maybe not as good technically, but Andrey is a baller. Let's not even act like Andrey is not a very good footballer, but he's so good. So ultimately now, let's look at where this leaves us. Manchester City are 6 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand. And their next game is against Arsenal. Mind you, Arsenal play against Sporting during the week. So Man City have a whole week to rest. They have a whole week to prepare for Arsenal at the Etihad. On paper, right now, this is an easy win for Man City. But don't get it twisted. Arsenal are not out of this title race. Arsenal are still in control. Let's be real with ourselves. We are saying Man City could win this league, but that's only based on the idea that Man City beats Arsenal. Is it possible? Yes. Is it possible that Arsenal beat Man City? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I think it's going to be a draw or maybe Man City win. But football is very, very unpredictable. You can never tell. Arsenal could end up going to the Emirates, to the Etihad and beating Man City. You can never really tell. But honestly speaking, I'm looking at this running, and if Arsenal don't change something, I said it yesterday in my review of the Arsenal game, if Arsenal don't change their mentality, I worry for them in this title race. I really worry for them in this title race because they need to start hunting down that title. They need to start chasing the title. Right now, it looks like they're trying not to lose the title, right? It's very difficult to play in a mindset where you're trying not to lose it. But then when you're hungry, when you're the hunter, it's very different. And unfortunately, Arsenal are being hunted in terms of them. They're being hunted. But I think they need to chase the mindset of hunting the title and not trying to save the title from being lost. Because if they adopt that mindset like they did against Bournemouth, in my opinion, you can't be at home and not have enough possession. Literally, the only reason why they had more possession at the end of the game was because they started attacking when they were 2-1 down. That's poor. That's extremely poor. So the mindset for Arsenal needs to change. I think it's down to Arteta and what he instructs the players to do. These players are good. Don't get twisted. They don't have the superstar. They don't have the greatest team. But in terms of who they have in different positions, I think they have a well-structured team. They don't have the best players, like I said. They don't have Turkey. There's no player at Arsenal that plays like Turkey. There's no player at Arsenal that plays like Haaland. There's no player like at Arsenal that plays like who else? Semenyo, for instance. You know, they have Saka. They have a few players that are good. But at the end of the day, like I said, long story short, this game, this particular title race, in my opinion, comes down to next week. Of course, many things can change after that game. But I genuinely feel this title race comes down to the game at Etihad, at the Etihad Stadium. Man City versus Arsenal next week is do or die for both teams. And I'm going to say confidently, none of these teams should go in there looking for a draw. Arsenal have to go there looking for a win. Man City already know that they have to win, or it's going to be very difficult for them to win the title. So, Arsenal, you can do yourselves a favour and win that game, go back 9 points clear, and have one game above Man City. But we shall watch and see. But that's it for this one. Let me know what you think about this. Are Arsenal bottling it? Will Man City catch Arsenal? Will Man City end up falling short? Will Arsenal be able to do what they have to do? Let me know in the comments. And also, let me know what you think about Chelsea in general. You know, really, really confusing stuff. I wouldn't want to be a Chelsea fan right now. Honestly, like, I wouldn't want to be a Chelsea fan. I'm a Liverpool fan anyway, so there are a lot of bad things happening. So, I can't complain too much. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you've watched this far, you might, like the video. Give the video a like. I really appreciate it. Share with a friend who you think might enjoy this kind of content. And please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And I'll really appreciate it if you watching this video could be one of those people who gets us to that milestone. But thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in one of these videos. Cheers.